I've been reflecting a lot on my healing journey and all the different approaches that I did, and even there's moments when I thought I finally have it and I'm getting better, and then you have this dip again. It almost felt like for every step that it felt like I got better or I felt better, there was this plummet that almost felt like I felt worse than ever, right? It almost felt like I want to stop trying to find something, because every moment or every glimmer that I had that things are getting better for me had this really bad bounce back in a way where I fell into a hole again. And perhaps you can relate to that too. And looking back on this, why this kept happening for me for so many years, right? Decades, really. And what is different now is like, why did this happen? And one of the reasons was, in my case, perhaps you can relate, is that I was out there and I was almost convinced that the reason for me not getting better is because I haven't found the right solution for me yet. I haven't worked with the expert yet, right? I haven't found the right expert that can help me in my unique situation, right? That was perhaps another thing that I was very convinced as well, that my situation is very unique. No one can relate to that, right? I am so different. It was that was actually a big hindrance for me to get better, that belief that this is truth, that I am so different and unique, right? In my situation, that this is just so complex that I need a real expert, someone who has worked in this industry for a long time, and it's going to be really difficult for me to find that right person. That's what I also believed, right? So I was on the search, and to find that right person, not only did that cost me a ton of money, right, but there was also a lot of time involved in that, in learning, because soon I didn't even trust anymore in other people. So I just went the other way. I thought I needed to become that expert myself, right? I needed to become an expert in all these different kind of approaches to help myself, because other people just clearly don't get my unique situation, right? Can you see that? Can you see how I made this so difficult for myself? So difficult. And I was in this loop, and I was just spinning. I was getting more and more frustrated and agitated and broke as well, right? I was trying to work and I was trying to put so much time in, and I got so many qualifications in all sorts of different crazy areas. And my purpose was never so much in actually using those qualifications in getting a job. It was, most of the qualifications were for myself, right? Are you doing that too? Right? That's the question. Or maybe it's different for you, but you maybe perhaps can relate to going out there searching for a solution. And the biggest difference to back then and what I'm having now, and why there's so much more peace and so much more ease and such a different quality to the experience of my life. It is not free of suffering, so to speak. It's not free of difficult situations, but the way I deal with them, the way I handle myself, the way I look for solutions shifted. I no longer look out there for the guru. I am not online searching for the best approach. I actually pause, I go quiet, and I go inward. I even close my eyes to visually have nothing stimulating. I don't listen to music or guided meditations or things like that. I completely shut everything off, or the senses have the least input from out there that can distract me from looking inward and actually seeing what is the real problem there. To get really intimate with yourself. And that was something that was really icky. I don't know why that word comes up, icky. But it was a very weird experience, a very unusual one. There was some resistance there, but there was some deep inner knowing there too, that I needed to look at that if I wanted to have a different experience of life. There's no therapist, there's no coach, there's no expert, there's no guru. Doesn't matter whether this is in the psychology world, in the self-development and self-help, in the spiritual world, in the religious world, in the science world, doesn't matter. Can you sit with yourself, turning off everything out there and just going inward and be with yourself? Can you do that? That's the big shift in my life. Once I realized that that is what I needed to master, that is where I needed to spend more time and effort, or put effort into that, and it is free. I don't have to go anywhere, I don't have to do it. I can do it anywhere. Not saying it's easy or simple or any of that, but it's available to you right now in this very moment. Now, even just now, just having this moment of silence, what was happening within you? Was there some discomfort? Was there some tension? Was there some chattering going on? Or she's full of it, she has no idea, right? Or it's like, oh, this actually really resonates with me. There's something there. What just happened in that brief moment, right? I'm not saying you have to sit in silence for days and years, become one of those monks out there somewhere in the middle of nowhere. No, just seconds, 10 seconds. Do you have 10 seconds where you can just sit? Do you have a minute? Maybe you want to have 10 minutes. I don't know. Let you guide you. Did you hear me? Let you guide you. I'll leave it at that for today.